Welcome to one of the strangest stories to ever come out of the Cold War, a time when paranoia ran so deep, governments genuinely thought their enemies might be hiding secrets in toothpaste. This is the true tale of Operation Acoustic Kitty, the CIA's attempt to turn a house cat into a top-secret spy. Yes, you heard me right. They surgically implanted a microphone and transmitter into a cat, and, spoiler alert, it went exactly as well as you'd expect.
What if, hear me out, we make the cat into James Bond?
It's the 1960s. America and the Soviet Union are locked in a geopolitical staring contest so intense you could feel the tension from space. The CIA is pulling out every stop imaginable to gather intel. Hidden cameras, dead drops, fake mustaches, the works. But at some point, someone in a CIA boardroom apparently said. The plan was simple in theory: surgically implant a tiny microphone in a cat's ear canal, a radio transmitter in its chest, and a thin antenna running along its spine. The idea was that this seemingly innocent feline could wander up to Soviet officials, hang out nearby, and beam their conversations back to the CIA. Because, you know, cats are totally famous for doing exactly what you want them to. This fluffy agent was dubbed Acoustic Kitty, which sounds less like a Cold War asset and more like a terrible indie band. To get the operation started, CIA surgeons spent $20 million, yes, $20 million, creating the first feline super spy. And because the CIA apparently had no shame, they also wired a battery pack into the cat's chest. This poor creature was essentially a walking, purring recording device. Now, here's the thing, training a cat is like trying to negotiate with a brick wall. The CIA's Special Operations Cat Training Team reportedly spent months trying to teach Acoustic Kitty how to approach strangers and stay put in strategic locations.
Agent Fluffy, you must infiltrate the Soviet embassy. Do you accept this mission?
Cat immediately knocks over a coffee mug and leaves. It's unclear exactly how much progress was made, but given what happened next, let's just say the cat wasn't exactly a star student. Finally, after years of planning, surgeries, and training, it was time for Acoustic Kitty's first real mission. The objective? Eavesdrop on two Soviet agents having a conversation on a park bench near the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C. The CIA released the cat from a surveillance van nearby. The feline spy was free. This was the moment. This was history. This was when the cat immediately ran into traffic and was hit by a taxi. Yes, $20 million of taxpayer-funded CIA research, squashed in under 5 seconds. According to later declassified CIA documents, the Acoustic Kitty program was quickly scrapped. As one report put it, translation, cats do whatever they want, and spying on Soviets wasn't one of those things. Now, there's some debate over whether Acoustic Kitty was truly killed on its first mission. Some CIA insiders later claimed the cat actually survived the car incident, but the operation was deemed useless and abandoned. Others insist the taxi story is 100% true. Either way, this wasn't the CIA's proudest moment. They essentially spent millions of dollars to learn that cats are cats. Before we roast the CIA too much, let's remember the context. The Cold War was a time of wild espionage schemes. The CIA once tried to explode Fidel Castro's beard off. The Soviets allegedly built a spy rock stuffed with electronics. So, compared to that, putting a microphone in a cat almost makes sense. Almost. Operation Acoustic Kitty was a failure, but it's an iconic piece of spy history. It's a reminder of just how far governments will go when paranoia is high and budgets are bottomless. Today, instead of strapping transmitters to cats, we use high-tech drones, satellites, and cyber espionage. Which is less adorable, but arguably more effective. So, what's the moral of this story? Maybe that espionage should be left to humans, or at least to animals that actually listen. Because when you think about it, Acoustic Kitty didn't just fail, she became the most expensive house pet in CIA history. Imagine explaining that to Congress: sorry, Senator, your tax dollars went to building Robo Fluffy, and, she got distracted by a squirrel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into one of history's weirdest spy missions, give this video a like, subscribe for more absurd history, and tell us in the comments, if you could pick an animal for a spy mission, what would it be?